So how did it save my life? It gave me a sense of purpose. It gave me a balance. It gave me something to strive for. I always needed something to be against, fight for, demand, you know. I was, but that also had strains and difficulty with friends and family. When I was younger, I thought of myself as a sovereign citizen. I still do. I don't like to live under the constructs of what we consider law. How can you regulate what someone does in their private time, whether he be pro-choice, pro-life, or gay or not gay? Are you allowed to get married? Are you not? Does religion... I mean, we live now like a religion makes us who we are, which is not who we are. I mean, that caused a lot of strain on my family because following this episode, you're going to understand a little bit further why I have these ideas and have these ideals. And I'm not going to shy away from talking about things. This is meant to be for my son, so that when he hears these in a few years, he can go, oh, I get my dad. This is my, I suppose, 13 reasons why without a suicide at the end of it. And I want him to understand who I am and what I'm about if, something happens to me. So punk rock saved my life because it gave me something to fight for. It gave me a dream, and while it didn't work out to be the punk rock dreamer that I wanted to be, I never wanted to sell out, but I wanted to make money. I wanted everything that punk rock had to offer, and I gave in. I bought in. And I never sold out, I suppose, because I'm still doing the DIY. Now, how did it destroy my life? That's really the question. And I'll tell you, it has put great divides between me and people even today. Once I think something is wrong, I will not change my opinion or position. I will alienate myself from a conversation, from people. I will not listen to outside opinion. I try my best to listen to others and understand why they feel the way they feel, and if it can change my opinion, I will let it. But it takes more effort from someone else to change this mind. I do not like to be wrong. To be wrong to me is to be demeaned, to be lesser than. And there are too many people in this world who are lesser than. So I wanted to try to be that voice for people when they are disadvantaged and broken and beaten down. And, I haven't had a real rough life in hindsight. I haven't. I can look back and I was always taken care of, even in the worst of situations. There was nothing that happened to me that damned me to no end. But it doesn't change the facts. The fact is, there is a great divide in my life that I cannot see other people's opinions because I try so hard. I'm actually not a liberal or a Democrat or a conservative or a Republican. I'm someone who listens to certain issues and when I hear the issues, I make up my mind about something, and it is so impossible to change my mind that you have to go 45 extra degrees to change it. And no one is willing to do that effort to change how I feel about things. And this concerns, immigration, religion, music. That's why we have a segment on the other show, what Aaron versus Brennan's music options, is because, it's always expanding my musical stuff. There's no other way of saying it, is that I'm not closed-minded as I used to be. I'm a little bit more open because I think that over time you learn how to adjust to life in general. Hell, I'm even listening to like Justin Timberlake, after the Super Bowl. I'm listening to more rap music that's more, for the movement of any movement, if it improves people's lives. If you're like a little peep person or a little pimp or whoever the mumble rap bullshit is that's going on now, I just don't understand that is where we are going as a culture. But I digress. I can't get into that. It's too late at night. And, maybe I'll have an episode on my views on current music. It doesn't really matter. But looking back, that those divides have definitely put division in my life in places that I did not expect. I've lost friends. I've lost family. I've lost, in short, I put a great divide between a lot of people and myself. I should be a more open, respectful person because I am so caring and willing and open, to certain areas of that in which I respect everybody's opinion. But when you sound like a fucking ignorant moron, I just want to punch you in the face until it's just mush on the pavement. It is anger. It is anger. It is frustration, and it's the evil, cynical parts of me that, as we progress with Fireside Chats with Mr. Grumpy, you'll understand why I am the way I am. But punk rock also saved and destroyed my life, because it has put me at a place where I'm not open to other people's opinions as much as I should be, and it saved my life because it gave it purpose. It gave it a drive. It gave me everything that the people who do love me and take care of me mentally, physically. I'm not someone who's going to need an emotional support dog. I'm going to need at least 30 to 45 punk rockers in a room listening to a Wilhelm scream, moshing at the top of my lung. That's my therapy. That is who I am. That is all that I've ever known, is that frustration is felt the best way released in a metal or a punk rock fashion. There's no other way for me to expel rage or expel anger other than listening to music at extremely high volumes and letting it destroy my eardrums. It is who I am. It gives me a new, fresh breath of life. And, to close out this episode, I just want to say that politics has divided this country, and I really wish it hadn't, because racism and sexism and religious hatred, while I disagree with religion entirely as a person, I still respect you. I might go, ugh, I might scoff at you because I don't get why you do that, and you'll find out why in the next episode. But it's not your damnation. I don't hate you because of it. I still want to respect your opinions. As a famous person once said as a quote, It's a journalism quote. I can't remember the person. 3:30 in the morning. Sorry. I might not agree with what you say, but I'll defend it until I no longer have the right to defend it, which we're getting close to. So anyways, I know this is a little bit darker of an end for the episode, and the next episode is going to be a lot darker than this. So, punk rock saved and destroyed my life. Love you all. Thank you so much for listening, and I continuously appreciate any support that you give Salty Goodness or Fireside Chats with Mr. Grumpy. It means the world to me. And I also want to throw a shout out to the guys at Entering the Black Hole. Still have my love for JFE. And all the other podcasts in Podcast Mafia. Thank you guys for listening, sitting around, hanging out. The fireplace is still going in Florida, electronically, on a TV. Anyways, my exit music is going to be something that I can find from my past, so give me a moment.
Shut the fuck up.